Okay, where are we up to?
So the important is imagination, and it's very important how we can control everything, our thoughts and imagination.
It is right.
Also the scriptures tell us this as well. Okay, 14.
Is it my turn or your turn?
Whichever, doesn't matter.
All right. Therefore, I'm in verse 14. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say to Gog, this is what the sovereign Yahweh says. Now, a lot of people would say, who's Gog and Magog? Well, some will say China or Russia, or it's often referred to as the north, the country of the north. We don't know any better than you know, so you can put whoever to it you wish. But it does say, in the last days, in that day, when my people Israel are living in safety, you will not take notice of it. You will come from your place in the far north. You and many nations will come with you, and all of them riding on horses. Well, that's the same as F-111s and tanks. A great horde of mighty army. You will advance against my people Israel like a cloud that covers the land. And in those days to come, Gog, I will bring you against my land, so that the nations may know me when I show myself holy through you before their eyes. In other words, let's go back to when he did exactly the same thing with the king of Egypt, because when he had the king of Egypt coming down on Israel, he used the king of Egypt to totally destroy him. And so the whole world, the heavenly realm, the spiritual realm, the earthly realm, could see when Yahweh said he is setting up the enemy to come against his chosen people. Only for what purpose? Only to show the power of Yahweh. And as he wiped out the entire army of Egypt, he's going to do that again with whoever Gog is. So we're looking for something big to happen.
But also in scriptures, at the end, God gave the Pharaoh of Egypt chances, and then when he saw his undecidedness, he hardened his heart. He clearly stated that.
Well, he had Egypt had no chance, because he hardened the heart of the king to do what he wanted the king to do, so he could eventually just wipe him out.
But this is exactly what God showed to the whole universe and galaxy, that his way is just.
Yes.
And it's honorable, and it's truth, and the truth will always uphold itself no matter what consequences.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it's going to be an almighty, unbelievable.
Well, you know, the whole thing that people don't realize, that the whole universe is looking at Earth.
More than that, you realize now how the demonic forces, the satanic forces, the adversary, or whatever you believe in or don't believe in, they've been working on deluding and deceiving the whole people, all the people. Jews have been deceived, Christians have been deceived into thinking there's a hell and there's a heaven, and if you die you'll go to heaven. Well, that's not what the book says at all. And what the book is saying here, what Yahweh the Creator God did in the past to destroy the enemies of his people, he's going to do the same thing again.
Sure, but people need to be clear and understand what really is going on. That, hey, there is greater forces. If we would have the spiritual eyes, we could see, as we feel the wind, we can't see the wind, but we feel it. So there is other realms beyond our perception or understanding, because of some of the people, if they would really see what's really going on, they would be devastated. So it's there for our protection in many ways.
Well, you're
17. This is what the sovereign Yahweh says. Are you not the one spoken of the former days by my servants, the prophet of Israel, at the time that the prophesied for years that I would bring you against them? 18. This is what I will happen in the last days. When Gog attacks the land of Israel, my hot anger will be Yahweh. 19. In my zeal of fury, wrath, I declare that at the time there shall be a greater earthquake in the land of Israel. 20. The fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the beasts of the field, every creature that moves along the ground, and all the people on the face of the earth will tremble by my presence.
What about that?
because he's going to have a majestic appearance and power. So
well, more than that, he's going to shake. It does say that he's going to shake the heavens and shake the earth, and we've got the powers of the New World Order now, making underground tunnels underneath the ocean, all the way from Russia, all the way through to China, back through to USA. What do you think is going to happen if you're down underneath the ground with those tunnels?
Tumble down.
Going to crumble on top of them.
You know, so, and this is where
because it says here, yeah, the mountains will be overturned,
yeah.
The cliffs will crumble, and every wall will fall to the ground, and I will summon a sword against God on all the mountains, declares Sovereign Yahweh. Every man's sword will be against his brother. And you know what? If we look back at the way he protected Israel, how did he protect Israel? I think it was with King Hezekiah. He made the Assyrian army kill each other. He didn't. Yeah. He didn't do anything. Israel didn't have to go out and fight. Yeah, he just made all of the soldiers kill each other.
Yeah, he altered their mindset, so they were wild animals.
Here it is. He's going to do it again. Every man's sword will be against his brother.
Yeah. So, and this is where we have to be in truth, and this is where we have to make our allegiance. Yeah. Who do we worship? Where do we belong? And what do we implant on our minds and heart?
Well, a lot of people are going to get a shock when they hear this. This is what comes from the good book, everybody. This is not our opinion. We're reading to you what Yahweh, the Creator God, and He gave it to His prophets. It's written in the book. It's been there for 3,000 or 4,000 years. We're just reading it to you, and this is what He said He's going to do. So all we can say to you is throw out whatever you did believe out of the Christianity, out of Buddhism, out of Judaism, because they've been leading you down a blind gully. Anyway, you better read this next part here. It's pretty interesting.
22. I will execute judgment upon him with plagues and bloodshed. I will pour down terrorists of rain, hailstone and burning sulfur on them, and on his troops, and on many nations with them.
That's what we said before. That's exactly what he did to destroy the army. Yeah. Twice that I know in the good book, where he used hailstones to destroy. If you think you're running around the air, up in the air, flying in a B-27 or F-118, you've got no chance.
You'll be plundering down.
He's going to knock everything out of the sky and the heavens and everything out with hail.
But one thing I want to show, that God gives us many opportunities to turn and to ask and seek His help. So we ever think that, oh, I don't really know God or things like that. It's our duty just to ask and let Him reveal upon your heart and upon your mind.
Well, we're giving you this message from the good book because you deserve a chance. We all deserve a chance.
That's right.
And the Creator, Yahweh God, does give people a chance.
He's given many chances, but we can't recognize the gems along the way.
No.
So it's about opening up to the new.
I think he says that in verse 23. Yeah.
23. And so I will show my greatness and my holiness, and I will make myself known in the sight of many nations, and they will know that I am Yahweh. So Yahweh is the ultimate God of infinite possibilities.
Well, by this time, He shaked the heavens, He shaked the earth, He's caused the greatest earthquake that the world has ever seen. He's got soldiers killing each other. He's sent armies of His angels to take care of the enemies. By this time, they certainly know that there is a power that they never recognised before in charge of everything.
That's right. And our government and our religion enterprises, no, but they hide all of this and say, oh, no. But they never focus on what God has really done. It always focuses on the negative. But don't focus on the love aspect, of how much He really does care. When He mentions in the good book that every hair follicle He knows about. So every thought or every emotions, every feeling, God knows. It's only we just have to ask for assistance and help, and He'll always be there jumping to us.
There's going to be a terrible time for literally billions of people.
Well,
Anyway.
it's going to be the purification stages. So it's just like when you make alcohol, you've got the yunk and the gunk and everything else, and then it gets purified. All that gets thrown out, and then you got a more of a pure essence, and then out of that gets purified again.
You know, there's something that comes to my mind here that I'll just throw in quickly. The word Israel, often people who read the good book think that we're referring to Jews. I'm sorry. Israel is only referring to a group of people that Yahweh has nominated to be his people. And if you want to look at...
The chosen people.
Yeah, but there's something that people don't realise. A lot of the kings, take Solomon, had a son called Rehoboam. He was the king over the southern tribe, but his mother was not a Jew. Take David. David was the king over all the tribes of Israel, but his grandmother was a Moabitess. And there's many instances where the mother or the father, and the mother was not a Jew, not Israel, but the children are automatically referred to as Israelites. So the word Israel in the good book is not just referring to Jews.